Good morning, it's Saturday, it's 7 a.m. I'm on my way to Tribe Live. It's a beautiful day in Toronto, you can see the CN Tower behind me. And this morning we're going to be learning more about automation, sequencing. Basically it's a presentation by Infusionsoft. So that'll be quite interesting to see how other people use Infusionsoft to manage automation on their sites. Looking forward to it, and looking forward to something to eat as well. It's Elizabeth here, and I wanted to share with you my key takeaways from the Tribe Live 2019 conference, day one. We have had one day of awesomeness with the Tribe community, and it's been quite a long day. Actually, it's been very loud, very full on. I suppose that's what I should have expected from a conference organised by Stu McLaren. Anyway, we have had this wonderful workbook here, which we've been working through today, with Stu doing presentations, with other people coming onto the stage and doing presentations, including a couple of tribers who have shared their stories about building a membership site. For those of you who don't know, the Tribe Live conference is all about communities and membership sites, and building that engaged community that basically, as business owners, gives us recurring revenue every month because they are a subscriber. They're a member of a community which has a subscription revenue model. And by having that, yes, it's partly about the money, but it's also partly about how you can serve those people, how you can show up and be just there and present for your members and to support them so that they can do amazing things, and you can do your small bit to change the world. That's what we've been doing today, and we've been covering a lot of the core foundations of how you would do that. And I had a couple of key, really aha moments, things I've taken away that I think I can apply in the membership group that I run. And the first one I wanted to share with you is that the gap between people buying and people getting results is getting wider. Partly, I think, because it is easier to create courses. I'm sure you've seen it online, thousands of different online courses. You can buy a course that does everything, and some of the people teaching them are probably not that qualified to do so. So it's very easy these days to create an online business and to start teaching, whether you have any credentials in teaching, whether you know anything about your subject matter or not. So because of that, I think it's a very low barrier to entry. People create courses, including myself. I have a course, and we're not in the information age any longer. This was a presentation by Melinda Cohen earlier on today, and she said the information age is over. There was a time where we could give people information and that would be enough. They would feel that they had information and they were better because of it. But actually, in reality, we're not there anymore. We are living, she said, in the experience age. We want people to have fantastic experiences and get results from what we are sharing with them. So giving them the information is no longer enough. We have to help them discover those results for themselves through the things that we teach. And this is something that Pete McPherson has talked about in the Do You Even blog community as well, because he's talking about the shift away from courses and towards workshops, which are effectively another way of helping people to get results in a very accountable way beyond, here's my online course, you must go and work through everything at your own pace, which is a less effective way of helping your students get results, get that level of transformation, whatever it was that they bought your course to do, because she was saying about 10% of people finish courses that they buy online. And I've been guilty of that. I've taken courses. I've also been guilty of arrogance, where I've taken a course and I've looked through the modules and gone, oh, I don't need that one because I know it. Or I haven't got time for that one. It doesn't sound very important. So as well as not getting through the course material because it is just too long or too time consuming or it wasn't what I expected, we also suffer from this not being handheld through the material. Means that you might skip out parts because you think it's not important, not relevant, you've heard it all before, all those mental blockers for doing those courses. So we had some, that was really good. So that was an interesting way of looking at how we teach online and how we help people get to where they need to be. What else did I take away? We talked a bit about trials and how you could set that up in a membership group. That was really interesting, and I wrote some notes about that. And we also talked about learning from each other. We talked about affiliate promotions, of how we could get affiliates to promote our products and courses. So I took away some stuff from that as well, with a little bit of an affiliate plan of what I might be able to do. So, you know, we talked about values, we talked about what we stood for, what we stand up for, and what we turn away from, which are all really important to know, because if you don't know those things, then it becomes very difficult to attract the right people into your group, because if you're confused about what you stand for, then how are your members going to know what you stand for? So that was something, and I need to do some work on that to make sure that I am clear about, in my membership group, what it is that we stand for, what do we support. And I do have some ideas. Workshop sheets were very helpful today, but it wasn't the kind of environment where you could go away and do 10 minutes of quiet work. So that's something I need to think about outside of the conference room. The final aha moment from me today, although there were lots of small ones, but there was one lady who went up onto the stage to talk about her membership community and her launch. And she shared some numbers, and what was really fascinating was that she said, I knew my numbers, I knew what I'd convert at, I knew if I did this, I would get that, because this is how my market converts, this is what my audience responds to. I know my numbers, I know. And I thought, actually, I don't. I don't know what how much it costs me to get a click, how much it costs me to get an email subscriber, partly because I don't advertise. So I think if you're investing money in advertising, it's important that you obviously know whether or not those ads are giving you a return on investment. So that's one thing. But generally, because I don't do that, I haven't really spent any time focusing on, if I had this many email subscribers, how many convert? I couldn't tell you how many converted in our last launch. I couldn't even tell you how many people click through. And that is a failing on my part, and I think we need to be clearer for the next launch of our membership site. Exactly, what does that look like? What does it look like? How many people do we get in? How many people do we target at the beginning? And then what does the funnel look like? How many people then go on to show interest? How many people who are interested then go on to watch a video of whatever step it is in the sales process? And then how do we convert? So I think I took away today, those two main points for me really are making sure I have clarity on my numbers. That was really important, and that would work for you, whatever it is that you are doing in your blogging business, whether you are just trying to get organized with producing project plans for your next launch or whatever it is. Know your numbers. The next thing that is important to do is understand how to get results for your people. And that, I think, helping people get through, helping people understand what success looks like and how they can get there and what steps they need to take to get there. It's not rocket science, but it's really important if we want to get these things right for people and make sure that we are serving them the best way we possibly can, that we're showing up as business owners and as entrepreneurs, and we are being really helpful. So that's day one of the Tribe Live conference. I also wanted to show you my swag, because I've got some amazing bits and pieces. I got these for lunches today. Cheese popcorn, must be a Canadian thing. I've got a lovely hairband. And in this little goodie bag that we got tonight, I have some cool sunglasses made of wood. And also, the most prized possession of all, which I have not tried on yet, hopefully it will fit around me, my Tribe Live t-shirt, Women's Fit. So thank you, Tribe team, for putting on a female-friendly clothing. It really does make a difference. So that's really good. So tomorrow is another fun-packed day of Tribe. We start off with a welcome breakfast. We'll be learning more about some email software, which will be really good. And then we move on to day two. And day two, I have no idea what it's going to be about or who the speakers will be, because everything's a little bit of a surprise. But I know that they'll be taking away some more key things about creating, supporting, building membership sites, and also having a bit of fun. probably doing some more dancing, because there seems to be quite a lot of dancing at the Tribe Live conference. Okay, that's it from me today. I'll check in with you again tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye.
I love this idea. I hope you can see that what they've got on the screen ahead is they're counting down the time for us to come back from our break, which is a really visual way of reminding people that they are due back after coffee this afternoon.
Hello everyone, it's Elizabeth here, and I wanted to share with you some key takeaways from Tribe Live Conference Day 2. Yesterday was a full-on day. It was very long actually, because we started with a breakfast organised by Infusionsoft and learned about email automation and how that could work for us to support the work we do as bloggers, as online business owners. After breakfast, which was a 7:30 start, we had our conference sessions for the day, and it was a full-on day covering launch planning, conversion, reaching out to customers, basically getting members into your membership site, with a lot of focus on how do you craft your offer, how do you tell the story of the transformation that people go through, and how do you actually launch. And now I really want to put together my launch plan. So I'm really excited. I know what you cover in a couple of hours is not the same as going through the whole course, and I want to go back and look at that too. But I've taken away the enthusiasm to actually buckle down, plan my launch, and get on with this, which is fantastic. It's been a really energizing day, if somewhat tiring as well. So we filled in more pages of workbook. We had Jeff Walker on the stage, who presented about creating an offer that was amazing. We had stories from different people in the Tribe community sharing about their launch stories, from very small to very big, and about the challenges they faced during launch and how they have managed to overcome that, with some very moving stories from people who had personally very difficult times at the point that they were also trying to grow their business and create money for their family, basically. So my key takeaways, I think, are that you just have to get on and do it. We have to create a really clear picture of the person that we want to serve. I have that now. I didn't have that before I left. What else did I take away? I understand more around how I had lunch with a really interesting woman, and she gave me some ideas about how I could support the Totally Organised blogging community as well. So that was good. And then I also started to think about the path that I take people on when they come on into the membership with me. And that was quite powerful, because I knew in my head before I came here, and now I can see that I can step people through a series of events and milestones that will help them see that they're making progress in their careers. So that's quite valuable. That was a huge takeaway for me. Short dinner break. Feels like very short. Straight into another session at 7:30, which was around creating a list. And we brainstormed as a group of, 800 people in the room. We broke up into smaller groups, which was logistically quite difficult for the organisers, I imagine, and then got together with colleagues and brainstormed different ideas for list builders. So we basically shoved everything down on Post-it notes. We stuck them onto huge poster boards. If you go onto Instagram and search for the tag Tribe Share, you will see it all. We took photos of all our work, and that is just a massive, massive multi-person brainstorm of all the different things that you could have that promotes your launch. Oh, hi, Carolyn. Nice to see you. And there were so many things that you could do. We brainstormed checklists and templates and FAQ documents and quotes from experts, chapters from books, from people who've written books. So many different things that people could be using to give away for free to their audiences to start to build trust, start to build engagement, start to get people onto their list, which means you can then target it. So that's what happened yesterday. We finished about 9 o'clock last night, so it was a very long day from 7:30 in the morning till 9 o'clock, and I am exhausted. I'm now wearing the very, very last things that are in my suitcase, because today is the last day of the event. Today we are probably, we haven't shared the exact agenda, but today I think we are looking at retention and how do you wow your community? How do you serve your community? How do you make sure that they love being part of the gang, and all the things that we could do to encourage people to to stay, to participate, to get real value out, and to get the results that they joined for in the first place. So that's what we are. That's what we're going to be looking at today, I think, and then of course we wrap up the event tonight. I also wanted to share with you about the donut wall. Amazing thing that we had in our afternoon break yesterday. They gave us 15 minutes, which is a really short break for 800 people to go out, get coffee, go to the toilet. So what happened instead was that we came out, there was coffee laid on, tea laid on. Yes, tea. I had English breakfast tea. I really needed that yesterday afternoon. And then a massive wall of donuts. I have never seen anything like it with the code, with the thing at the bottom. You do not have to get it right, you just have to get it started. And with wooden pins hanging donuts on. So you could just go, you just took a donut, everyone was trying to Instagram it. It was really good. And such a lovely way to have an afternoon break. In a very quick turnaround time, you grab your drink, you get your donut, you go back in, and then we had a panel session after that. Okay, so that's given you a bit of a flavour of what happened yesterday at Tribe. It's been really good so far. I'm meeting up with some other people for lunch today. We're going to do some more brainstorming, and I really want to plan my lunch. So I will let you know how day 3 goes, and I'll check in later. Have a great day. Hi everyone, it's Elizabeth here, and I was to come to the Facebook group, Facebook page today to say a bit about what's been happening at Tribe here in Toronto today. It was day 3, it was the final day of the conference. We had some amazing speakers, nice atmosphere in the room as well. So I wanted to share a few of the takeaways. Well, there was quite a lot of talking today, and not as much teaching. So there's quite a few pages in the workbook that we didn't actually get time to cover because there was just so much other stuff happening. Anyway, I know Anna has asked me for some takeaways from Amy Porterfield's presentation and Jeff and Pete Vargas, who were speakers yesterday, maybe the day before. Amy spoke today. So the takeaways from her that I took was that she has created her life her phrase is life by my own design. And I thought that was really powerful and something that I think I want for myself as well. And I'm sure that we want for all of our members, course students, readers, audiences. So that was really good. And she shared 5 ways to connect with your audience when you are not doing Cart Open. Because when you're doing Cart Open, there's a whole launch program, and we talked about that yesterday, the launch plan. Show up, do Facebook Live, do Q&A, go and tour and do Facebook Lives on other people's Facebook pages. Just, shout, broadcast, answer questions and engage with the community. But you can't do that only at the point of the 6 weeks of your launch period. That's not an effective use of your time. If you have not got a way of connecting with your audience and engaging with them beyond those Cart Open periods. So she was sharing ways to produce content on a consistent basis and show up. So she talked about repurposing, which is something I've written about as well, and shared that was repurposing. That was point 2. She shared that what we should be doing is pulling the content that we share for free from the content that we have in our paid programs, so that there is that link there, so that people see the free content as a natural progression into the paid content as well. So that's quite cool. She shared a very powerful personal story actually about her weight loss journey, which I can say because she's done 2 podcasts about it. It's not a secret. And she shared the phrase, share more scars than scabs. And by that she meant have your stories, reflect on them, but don't always think you have to be vulnerable in the moment. You can share your stories once you have had time to observe and reflect and have something to add, then you have some value to add to people because you've lived it, you've been through it, you've come out the other side, and you know what the experience is like, and then you may be in a position to share your personal stories. So that was quite cool. Share your life, but remember why you're sharing it. So she talked about sharing from a perspective of understanding what the audience would get out of it. So don't post pictures just for the sake of posting pictures. Post pictures because it helps someone understand something, or provide some clarity, or because it's a way of linking back the transformation that people will get when they do your course or something like that. And she also said, make time in the day or make time in your week for you to sit down and thinking time. And as a project manager, this is something I build into my week already, because it's really important to have clarity. I have calm evenings. I generally have them with a glass of wine. I'm not sure that that's what Amy would necessarily advocate, but I try to make sure I've got time in my diary to think. And that's what she was saying. Make sure that you've got time to let the ideas flow, because if you're sitting with a friend, you're quite likely to say to them, oh, what shall I do about this? What shall I do about that? And that's fine. Have those conversations, but also have time to have that conversation with yourself. Ask yourself the same question and then listen to what the answer should be. Sounds really introspective, and perhaps it is, but you've got good ideas about your business, so it's important to get those out there. So she shared that too. And something, so that was all really interesting. But the thing I took away in the big idea that I wrote down was choose one person each week to reach out to. And I think for me, that's something I if people email me, I email them back, but I don't actively just pick someone at random from the community and make something for them or reach out to them or answer a question or just say hi. So that's something I can definitely do. It's a very actionable point that I can do. And it's probably, if I'm honest, the most actionable part of the day. A lot of what else was happening today was very inspirational. It was people sharing stories. We had a panel discussion about people who had succeeded in their membership site. Then we had other people who shared their stories. There was a Q&A session where there was sort of quick fire questions. Very interesting, very inspirational, but less actionable stuff that I could take away than from other days. So that's the wrap up for today, really. Today's the focus was on retention. So we did talk about why people stayed in the membership and what they arrive for, what they then choose to stay for. And that was, if I'm honest, is less helpful than I was hoping it would be, because we didn't have the time really to dig into what the strategies would be to help people stay. But we did talk broadly about how people feel when they're in a community, and about creating a culture of community that supports the values that we want people to see, people to demonstrate, and also about being brave and kicking out people who are not a good fit for the community. So there was some sharing around that, and some insights from Stu's community manager about how community director around how the tribe community is run with culture, with a common cause, with good communication, and creating a sense of purpose and creating a sense of connection with people, so that you feel that the community is worth being part of. So I've now got a ton of ideas from 3 days of Tribe, and I want to be able to absorb all of those. And I fly home tomorrow, so I need to take some time to reflect and review and go through all the stuff that I've learned, make sense of my notes, take some concrete action. And when I get home, I really want to start to apply what I've learned and reopen my membership site in when it's ready, when I've had the time to think all of it through. So my big takeaway, I suppose, if I had to sum up the whole event in just a sentence, is that I'm doing the right thing. I have a plan, I have a success path, I have a draft launch plan, and I will be reopening my membership, and it's going to be awesome. That's all I had to say, so have a great week, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.